What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday, I did not have a good day. I went 3-5, 3-4 in the NBA, and my best bet was in the NFL. Was the Colts +6. Was a loser. So, got to get back on track here today. Vino, it is always good to be back on the show doing it with you. Or back doing the show with you. Hopefully yesterday was a little bit better for you.
It was Skee. We had 2-0 yesterday. Both came from college, though. College football game. Played the Utah State team total under 24 and a half. Got to 21. So that was a winner. And then at night, it's becoming a little bit of a favorite of mine, but Cal State Northridge over the team total of 87 and a half. Scored 100 last night. Something they're starting to do pretty regularly. So we had a 2-0. Nice start to the week on Monday. We'll see if we can push it through here to Tuesday and on through the Christmas week.
All right. Let's get see what we can get out of this humongous Tuesday card. If you watch the show today, will be a little bit different. Not gonna just deep break down all these games because it's a lot of back to backs. It's the last day before everybody goes and does their Christmas thing. It's not everybody doesn't care about playing today. So it's tough to put in a pick on all of these games very early. But Brooklyn and Philly is one that I was interested in. Opened up 10 for Philly, still 10 total. Says that opened 218 and a half, looks like 219 and a half. I disagree with that going up the point. I mean, neither team has been really playing up tempo lately. I have 23rd and 19th in pace over the last 5 games. And on the defensive end, I mean, I think I shouted this out the other day, but the Nets are what is that, the second best defensive rated team last 5 games? I mean, I cast an under with them, I think the other day, or I cast on the spread with them because of their defense. It was something like that. But they've been playing good defense for a little bit now. You look at 4 of the last 5 games for the Nets have stayed under this number. 4 of the last 5 meetings. You got Edgecombe still questionable. I like under in this game, Rob Veno. What do you think about Brooklyn and Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'll just support your Brooklyn defense. Recent defensive surge lately, Ski. Last three opponents against the Nets only averaged 89.7 points per game. That's crazy good. And Nick Claxton had a little bit to say about it. He just said we're just doing what we do better. Our defense has been pretty solid this past month. It's been really good. So we've just got to keep taking steps in the right direction. But really, we've been doing a good job guarding. We got a lot of switchable defenders. We still got areas we can get better, but we got to keep going. So, vote of confidence for the Nets defense here. Philadelphia, for what it's worth, team total for the Sixers, 5-1 to the over in their last six. Again, I've mentioned a lot of times they're really a pace team, especially if Embiid is not on the floor. Maxi Edgecombe, like you say, maybe a question mark next to him. I think he's going to go just being here in the area. It seems like he may go for this one. So a little bit of contradiction there between those two. I would probably lean under, though, because Brooklyn seems to be leaning into the slower pace and better defense as their new identity, there was nothing like that earlier this season. But they seem to have become a pretty cohesive defensive unit.
All right, and Washington and Charlotte. Charlotte has been good on back to backs, but not necessarily favorites in these games. They opened 5.5. They're looking like 7 now. I mean, I can't push the button on the Charlotte -7. As bad as Washington is. So maybe I'll just go with the total. I don't really trust either team to play defense. I guess I lean towards the over. Anything for you, Charlotte and Washington?
Yeah, Charlotte got us home with the show best bet yesterday. Charlotte team total over against Cleveland. Both teams in the 130s. For Charlotte, it was kind of a bounce back, a real good performance against Atlanta offensively, then a bad one, then a real good one last night. I don't know. You should be able to follow it up against Washington, but I think Washington will score on the Charlotte Hornets here. They just don't play very much defense. I could take a slight look toward the Wizards team total over 116, but I don't know that I would want to exclude Charlotte in this case. Probably a pass for me, but some form of total. If you're looking that way, I could endorse that.
All right. Next game, it looks like Milwaukee and Indiana. I don't really have any opinion on that game, so I'm willing to skip if you're willing to skip.
Yeah, I would just say that I can't get anywhere near Milwaukee right now, Skee. Not that I want to be on Indiana, but I just can't get anywhere near Milwaukee at this point.
Yeah, shout out to the chat as well. We have B-Man in here, Mark, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Appreciate it. Happy Holidays to you as well. Daniel, appreciate you. Said shout out to Skee and Rob, legends. And Brian sharing on that last game we just talked about, the Charlotte and Washington. He likes the first quarter over 60. So appreciate you guys in the chat. Vino, I'm going to go to the next game that is Raptors and Heat. And I do have a slight opinion here. I mean, for one, I don't want anything to do with the Raptors until RJ Barrett is back. And not only is RJ Barrett out, Jakob Pertl is out. So that makes me automatically want to fade the Raptors. Makes me look towards the Miami Heat. And when I think about the Heat, I mean, Bam said it. That, they should be able to lean on their defense even if they're not making shots. I think that the Raptors are going to struggle to score here. I do think this is a lower scoring game. Looking at the pace, last 5 games for both of these teams, Raptors are dead last. Heat kind of middle of the pack. Both defenses better than offense. Yeah, Raptors are the slowest pace and the worst offensive rated team last 5 games, Rob Veno. I mean, that's not a recipe for unders. I don't know what it is. They've gone under in those 5 straight, team total unders in all 5 straight. They're averaging 99 points per game. They're allowing 105.2, but they just can't score. So I know the defense does get a little bit worse without Jakob Pertl for the Raptors. That makes me think, do we just Raptors team total under here? Just trust the Heat to play defense? Do we just back the Heat on the spread? What do you think about this game, Ravino?
Yeah, a little contradictory inside my thinking here, Skee. But my initial thought was to play Miami. I like them off the back-to-back losses, and they got me home the other night by the hook. I took 7.5 against the Knicks, and Miami lost by 7. They hung in that game the entire way. So now the only problem I have with it is it was 3 straight road games, and now they're home. But the back-to-back losses to Boston and New York, I think, is reason enough to look to the Miami side. There's been a little bit of improvement in their play since I think we talked about them maybe, or at least I had read the quote about them maybe running out of gas a little bit because they played so fast. You just mentioned that their tempo has kind of slid down recently to the middle of the pack. They're no longer, flying up and down. So maybe a little different approach here for Miami. Get a couple of days off after this, but I think they're the right side at home. Short price against a Toronto team that, like you say, all we have to say really about Toronto is 81 points against the Nets. I mean, you got to be better than that. And it's the third time in their last 5 that they haven't reached 100. So I'd probably be on Miami here.
Yeah, has to be Miami or nothing in that game. Um, Cavs and Pelicans. I mean, do we still have to break this game down, Ravino? Cavaliers still laying 9 points out there. I mean, I know the Pelicans have to travel on a back to back, but I don't think any situation the Cavaliers should be laying and expecting to win by double digits. So that means Pelicans are past. What do you see there from that game?
Well, certainly. I mean, current ATS form, it's all Pelicans, right? It's now 6 straight covers for New Orleans. They lose games, but they cover spreads. They beat Dallas last night outright. They're playing. I mean, you said it all yesterday. They're playing better. Obviously, doesn't really matter who's on the floor. They found a way to play well. And Cleveland, again, like you say, we shouldn't have to talk about it over and over again, but they keep doing the same thing. And I bet against it last night. I bet against their defense, just straight fade of their defense. This total's going from 237.5 all the way to 244.5 for good reason. Cleveland won't play any defense. They'll try and score. New Orleans will score. So maybe if you want to look over, you could look that way too. But I tell you what, point spread form recently, and for Cleveland, you could bring it back even more than recently. One team's really good at making you money with points, and the other team's really good at burning your money laying points. So I think New Orleans is the side you want to be on.
All right, Chicago and Atlanta. Speaking of another team that's been burning money, Chicago. No one nothing to do with them, Rob Veno. Absolutely nothing to do with them. It would be Hawks or pass here. Chicago doesn't have anybody on the injury report. That's a good thing for them. Atlanta will be without Dyson Daniels and Porzingis, but I still just want nothing to do with the Bulls until they show me they can consistently play good basketball again. So just the slightest of leans towards Atlanta for me. Any thoughts for you from you?
They just played 2 days ago and scored 302 points. I mean, come on, 152 to 150. Nobody cares on either team. And Dyson Daniels, who you just mentioned, is the only defender that Atlanta has that cares. So I could see another over. I mean, this thing is up 253 and a half, but when you can get to 302, 253 and a half isn't that bad. So maybe you look over. I won't play Skee. I mean, it's two teams that really we don't want anything to do with at this point.
Right, Denver and Dallas. I don't. This is a game I don't really want anything to do with, honestly. So I'm willing to skip this one unless you have an opinion.
The only thing I'll say is Denver did it again. I mean, we sat here on this show and said, how high can they make these Denver numbers total wise? 135 last night. They got over that 131 and a half. They just keep finding ways to climb over team totals. If you want to look, maybe you look there. Underdog's been good too as of late. It's actually a game where two teams have been playing pretty well, but yeah, look, somebody just said, let's look at the Denver team total over.
Yeah, let's go back to
Makes so
that.
much sense. I mean, we can latch onto that, I guess.
New York and Minnesota. When I see this line, it opened 2, and it's all the way up to 7.5. Has to be some injury stuff. I mean, a lot of these games are gonna have injury stuff, but yeah, Brunson, Ananobi, McBride, Shamit, Yabusele, all out. For Minnesota, McDaniels and Ingles are both out. That's why the spread looks like the 7.5 that we're looking at there. Um, Clearly, the Knicks are looking ahead, getting ready for their Christmas Day game. Um, so just for that reason, it makes me want to look towards the Wolves. But the Wolves have not shown any reason to lay this kind of a number. They have not been playing good basketball. So for that reason, I don't want to push the button. It's tough, but I do think the Wolves are the right side. What do you think, Vino?
I agree. And the reason you used to start off is, I mean, you can't handicap a game. Sometimes you can with just one reason, but the fact that the Knicks play the noontime game Eastern on Christmas Day, they just had to leave home to travel to Minnesota, only to travel back home to get ready for that game. I just don't know that they care. We talk about scheduled losses all the time, and it just has the feel of a scheduled loss for the New York Knicks. So if I was going to play, it would be Minnesota or nothing. I think last game, I'm forgetting who Minnesota played the other night, but they played a pretty solid game. Um, yeah, and then Milwaukee came back late, right? They beat Milwaukee only by 3, lay 11 and a half. So it was good early. It wasn't good late. 4 straight unders for the Timberwolves, 4 straight team total unders. They haven't been really dependable, but I don't want to play the Knicks here. I just don't think they care too much about this one.
Yeah, I like the call outs in the chat for Kolick. I do like Kolick in general. I've liked him since he was at Marquette. But he will have a much bigger opportunity without Jalen Brunson on the court. So he should be starting tonight. We've not seen him seen him yet without Brunson. But it's just what's he been doing lately in general? He's had I mean, he averages. Let's see, I don't think that's 25 games. I mean, he's not been getting close, but he's gonna have the opportunity, clearly, 1000%. And I think he's good enough. So I like the looks in the chat from Kolick, whether it's assists, his double, they're saying plus 700. A lot of different ways to look at it. I think that he can I think the assists is a safe bet, but I think he can hit this too. Um, Good stuff from the chat. Spurs and OKC. I guess that's the big game of the night, Rob. Opened up 6.5 for OKC, down to 5.5. Mm, you know, I can't help but think. I mean, there is a big list of questionables for OKC in this game, but I do think majority of them are going to play, especially Chet. Hardenstein also missed yesterday, but I definitely think they're looking forward and ahead to this game. The team that knocked them out the cup. Chet always, has that matchup versus Wemby. Wemby's questionable here too, but I don't know. I can't help but think this is the get back game for the Thunder. How are you viewing it?
Well, I agree, and I do think that the two bigs were rested last night intentionally for this game. Oklahoma City. I talked about it a little bit before that Cup game against San Antonio. That all the quotes coming out of there, as much as they're winning, they wanted to win that as well, and they didn't get it again for the second straight year. They've been to the Final Four. They haven't gotten it either time. Definitely disappointment in the quotes afterwards. I just think very seldom can we attach revenge to games in the NBA. It doesn't work as an angle for the most part. There's isolated incidents where it does. I think this is one of those isolated incidents where it will. I think Oklahoma City's got a little bit to prove. San Antonio kind of acted like they had won the whole thing after they beat OKC that night. So I could see Oklahoma City winning this game by more than 5.5.
All right. We're in agreement on that. Memphis and Utah, only way I'm looking is over in these Utah games. I know it didn't get there last night. But yeah, only way to look is over. Anything from you here?
I'm just checking to see real quick if Ja is going to be involved tonight.
I can
It
tell
looks
you
like he
questionable. No,
Memphis.
I don't know.
Utah's pretty good. That Memphis list hits questionable. I don't think it matters though, Skee. We talk about Jazz home games all the time, and they have been absolutely. If you start going through their ledger, their score totals have been absolutely on fire lately. So over or nothing.
Lakers and Phoenix has to be some injury stuff here as well. Reeves is questionable. Luca's out. Rui's out. Gabe is out. And then Grayson Allen is doubtful. Jalen Green out for Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, if they get Reeves in there, Lakers can still win. But yeah, I'm not really wanting to lay the points with the Suns. I guess that's just what I'm thinking. As long as they have Reeves, they'll have enough scoring and playmaking. We've seen them win games without Luca already this season. So lean Lakers. I'm probably not gonna bet it. Anything here from you, Rob Veno?
So I'm gonna make a quick overall point, Ski, because every year when we come to the All-Star break, and I handicap this way, I've been doing it for years, but I always feel like the games leading up to All-Star break, defense goes out the window.
Yeah.
And this Christmas break, defense probably goes out the window tonight. If you're looking at any of these games and you just have the urge, I got to play, I got to play. My first inclination always in these types of games is play over. I happen to like the over in this one. It's already been pushed up 4 points, 3.5 points. I guess you can still get 227, but I could see a full out offensive onslaught here by both teams. Gets to 240 or something. So for me, it's one of the ones I like quite a bit. Today's Lakers Phoenix over the total.
All right. We'll go to Orlando and Portland. And I don't think Orlando's on the back to back. Oh, wait. So many teams, it's just hard to keep up with it. I know Portland is on a back to back. Yeah, Orlando did play yesterday.
Got smacked by Golden State.
Yep. So another one of those back to back games. You never know who's gonna be in or out. Right now, De Silva and Suggs are questionable. For Portland, Grant is questionable once again. I mean, I think I would trust Orlando more than I trust Portland right now, especially if Grant's not gonna play again. Um, Portland has been solid as a home dog. I think they're 7-1 after yesterday, but and they didn't have to travel. I mean, I guess you can go with that, but you got to expect them to win with this 2 point spread,
Okay.
and I just don't want to do that. So lean Orlando. Anything from you here, Vino?
Yeah, that's the equalizer, Ski. I mean, the Portland home dog angle is great, but when it's only 1.5 points, it's hard to consider that a true dog. So again, if you think they can win outright, you're probably just going to the money line anyway. You're not taking 1.5. But I won't play that game. Too much to consider there. And Orlando just hasn't been good as of late.
Detroit and Sacramento, I want absolutely nothing to do with here, Rob Vino. So I'll leave that up to you if you want to
Well,
tackle that
you,
game.
you could definitely cut it in half and throw Sacramento out the window first. Detroit won and covered again last night on the road. I think it was against Portland, right? That was the game where
Yep.
Portland home dog, Detroit good on the road. Got it done. They just come to play every single night. For me, it would be, even though it's 9 points, it's got to be Detroit or nothing. Total bet down to 227.5. Not absolutely sure why that would be a thing. Team total with Detroit. I just want to look real quick here because that 118.5. I mean, the way Sacramento gives them up, I wouldn't be surprised. I guess the best way I would look there is to the Detroit team total over 118.5.
All right, and last game on the slate today, Rockets and Clippers. Um, open 5.5, it says up to 8, and total down from 222 to 219. Um, I mean, I think we can all agree the Clippers are one of the less thans in the league, right? 7-21 is their record. Ime just got done saying that he needs to do a better job getting his team ready for the lesser opponents. I mean, you got a chance to do it right here tonight, right? After just losing in that last game. So I like that chance for the Rockets. I might be into, first half and a full game in this one. But Clippers won a game, hooray! But they're gonna have to show me a little more than just that one game. So I think the Rockets are the right side here. What do you think, Vino?
And I think it was a little wake up call in that game they played a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. Clippers only lost by 2 in Houston, which is kind of surprising because, again, there's so much of an athleticism edge for Houston. I think maybe they take that game, that result, find a way to kind of step on LA here. It just, again, LA is the type of team that would absolutely show no interest in a game 2 days before Christmas. So even at home, I don't think there's much home advantage. I really would look Houston in that game for the main reason that I think they were kind of surprised and they might have let up on LA in that game, 115, 113. I don't think they let up here.
All right, that's the NBA slate for today. So, Vino, I know we got a lot of stuff going on. I did not get the last. I can go check it out, but I know we do have $5 Tuesday. We have that every single Tuesday. You can go get a best bet from Robino or myself over at Wager Talk for just $5. Pretty sure it's full court. Our Live Six Pass is still up and available. 3 days of NBA and college basketball for only $49. Pretty sure this one is buy 3 days, get one free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got that one going. And yeah, I don't want to get too far into it. I'll look up the next one while I pass it to Rob Vino. But you can tell me if there's maybe anything I missed and or anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet for the show, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 10-day one still is going on, Ski, so I'm not gonna go ahead and
Oh,
let that.
I'm
What is
sorry.
it?
There's a
Christmas
you can get
deal?
25% off anything using code Xmas25. Use code Xmas25, you'll get 25% off. So that's a good one we have right now. Anything that you like.
Yeah, that one I think became active after midnight, so that's a good one. If you guys are interested in all sports, go ahead, take your 25% off with that Christmas code. Um, best bet, Ski. I hate a 14-game card, and I'm going to sit here and have no best bet, but that's the way I see it here tonight. There's just nothing that really thrills me to the point of wanting to make a strong play on anything. I may have a couple of smaller plays later. I'll just say this on the way out. Things that I like, two things that I like, especially more than the rest of the card, is LA Phoenix over. I think if you had to pin me down now, that's probably going to be the play I lean on tonight. And OKC in a revenge spot against San Antonio. Those two I have an interest in. We'll see if I get to the window later, but probably neither one is a best bet at this point in time.
All right. I will have a best bet for today. And let me just flash this because it is the last day for this discounted rate for NBA through the finals for myself. 4.99. And yeah, like I said, it's the last day today. I am still number one in the NBA since December of 2021. So what am I gonna do for best bets here? I am gonna go with the first game that we talked about, Nets and Sixers. I like that game under. You can still get 219 and a half. Like I said, neither team has been playing with pace. Both defenses have been surprisingly good, especially for the Nets side. They're the number two defensive rated team. And the Nets keep going under this number. Every time they play under this number, I think we'll see another slow pace, more defensive under in that game. So, Bino, appreciate you taking the time to do the show with me. I hope you, I don't think we'll talk again. So, hopefully you have happy holidays and enjoy your time with your family. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you all tapping into the show and supporting the show. Hopefully you guys all have happy holidays as well. Yeah, so we'll be back again afterwards to talk about it. Best of luck on all your action, and we'll catch you guys later.